Hey, welcome back to another YouTube video. So really quick one today, guys. I've decided to do some pace fishing today. Most of my pace fishing is normally around the 3 foot mark in depth of water, but I've got just over 4 foot in front of me and I want to fish and practice some pace fishing in deeper water. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That'll be another video that comes out, but today's video is all about showing you how to make up your pace rig. So I do need to set a new one up today. So basically, first of all, pick your main line. Now, I always fish for all my carp fishing throughout the summer. I always use 0.19mm diameter main line, even on my pace rigs. Now, some people will go a little bit thicker in diameter because you're fishing for big carp. Now, you can fish for skimmers, you can fish for all sorts of fish on pace, but my target today is carp, so I always go for 0.19mm diameter main line, which is roughly around 7.5 pound in breaking strain in old school. But like I say, 0.19mm diameter is what I tend to use. Now, in terms of your float, pick your float based on your depth really. Now, I don't want to go into it too much, but if you're fishing a margin, for example, and you've only got 1.5 to 2 foot of water, you don't need a big long float with a big, with a long bristle and a long stem. You're going to need a shorter float, right? But I've got like I say, just over 4 foot of water, about 4'2" it is. So I've got a nice long stem, nice long bristle, nice thick body. Now, this particular float, it just happens to be a Preston's Innovations Pace #1. Now, there are other brands out there, so have a look at those if you've got a preference, but it doesn't really matter as long as the pace float suits the depth that you're fishing at. Now, hook, I don't have a lower hook length. I always tie my hook on by hand directly to my main line. That's just my preference. Other people have their own ways, but this is how I do it. And I always go for a size 10 hook. Now, what I would say is bigger the better, but based on your fishery rules, keep that in mind. But I always like to use a size 10 hook for my pace fishing. And finally, I just need some scissors to trim the line, and that is it. So basically, main line, float, your hook, and your scissors. That is all you need to make up your pace rig. So now let me show you how I do it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is create the loop that I'm going to then connect to my DACRON. So I'm just going to do that first. Now, this is the way I do it when I'm doing it on the bank. Ideally, I like to make my rigs up when I'm at home, but there are times when you need to actually do it when you're on the bank, just like today. Come for a pleasure fishing session, and I found out I've got deeper water than what my rigs are set up. So just going to moisten that knot. Now, in terms of doing this loop on the end of the line to connect to your DACRON connector, I have done another video on this before, so I will put a link on the description of this video. So go and have a look. If you're not sure how to do it, have a look in the description and there'll be a link to another video that shows you and explains really well. I've had a lot of good feedback. Shows you how to make the loop on the end of your main line that you're going to connect to your DACRON. So just going to trim the line. I'm just going to trim that there and just put that to one side and discard that safely. So I've now got my loop that I'm going to connect to the end of my DACRON. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'm actually going to put this now on the end of my DACRON now while I'm on the bank. And the reason being, because I'm now going to just basically measure out 4 foot or more, because I always like to make my rigs up longer than what I need for the depth I'm fishing, and then I'll trim it down. Once I start to plumb up, I'll then trim it down. So I'm just making it basically, I know that my top kit is longer than 4 foot, so I'm just going to do this for the length of my top kit. So I'm just going to trim that off. Pop the line down there. Now I need to put my float on. So I've got my silicone rubbers already on the float. I'm just going to take those off. Okay, now before I put the actual silicone on the line and then onto the float, I've got a little eye on this particular float just above the body and below the main bristle. So I'm just going to thread my line through that eye first. So I'm obviously doing it down, so it's backwards basically. So I've now got the float on the line through that eye. I then need to put my silicone on. So I'm having to do it this way basically because I'm doing it on the bank, and like I say, I always like to, when I'm doing it on the bank, I like to connect my line to the end of my pole first. It just keeps me nice and tight really, it keeps the line nice and tight. I just find it easier this way. So I've got the silicone on, and now just need to put that over the stem of the float. So I've got 3 bits of silicone because I've got a really long stem. I've got 3 pieces of silicone. Okay, so I've got those over the stem. I'm just going to now move the top one up under the body, second piece of silicone up halfway up the stem, and the third one will be down at the bottom. Pull the line through, just make sure it's not all twisted, so it's all nice and even all the way through. So now I've got the float on. I'm just going to move that up out of the way. Right, next up is to put on the hook. Now, there is another video actually that I did quite a long time ago showing you how to tie a hook on by hand if you've never done it before. Now, I've been tying hooks by hand since I was about 10 years old, so about, what's that, about, blimey, it's going to show me age now, about 45 years now I've been tying hooks on by hand, and I still do it today. I can even, you know, quite happily tie a size 16, 18 hook on by hand. Don't do it very often, but certainly my pace floats, so my pace rigs, I do tie them on by hand. Purely because I've got no lower hook length and it's just easy. I just, like I say, it's a nice big hook, dead easy to do. So, like I say, there is another video, and I will put a link in the description on this video of showing you how I tie my hooks on by hand. But I'm just going to go straight ahead and do it now. And I'll talk through this as I'm doing it. So basically, I'm just making a loop at the end, hold the hook in between one fingers, and then I hold the loop. This is another reason why I like to connect my line to the end of my top kick, so I can now keep a tight line. I then just need to turn the end of the line over the hook, basically as many times as I can, but definitely at least 12 times. So I'm going to do a couple more there. Then I just need to hold the hook. I've got the loop coming out at the end. Like I say, you probably won't be able to see this on camera. This particular video isn't about how to tie the hooks on. It's just showing you the whole setup of this rig. So I've put the end of the line through the loop. I just need to pull that tight now. I just need to move the line up the hook to the end of the spade of the hook. And there we go. That's one hook on, nice and tight. Just give that little pull there. That's not coming off. So there we go. So I've now got my hook on. Obviously I've got this excess line here. Now what I do like to do on my pace rigs is to have about 1 inch of line hanging off the end. It's something I saw on another video quite a few years ago now, and it's still something I do today. It basically, and I still believe it works, is that it helps keep that paste on a little bit longer. So with that little bit of extra line, the paste has got something else to bind to when it's wrapped around the hook. So it might just give you an extra few seconds while the paste is on to get that extra bite. But that's what I do. I still do it today. So like I say, about 1 inch. Just put the excess line to one side there, and there we go. We've got a hook tied to the end of the rig, and that is it. Look, I'm now set up. I've got my full rig on here now. All I've got to do is put my plummet on and plumb up. Like I say, I don't have a lower hook length diameter, and I don't put any shot on my line either. Now some people do, they like to put shot on still, but I don't. I use the paste. The paste is, I'm going to be fishing at dead depth. The paste is basically my weight, and that is how I like to fish. Now some people, when they're certainly fishing deeper water, they, like I say, they like to put a couple of shot on, but I'm not going to. That is my rig. Main line, float, hook, that is it. Dead simple, on the bank. Hopefully guys, that's helped some of you that has never set up a pace rig before. Definitely give it a go, try it at home first, and once you get used to it, you'll be able to do it on the bank really, really quick. I mean, I've taken my time today just to show you, but I could have done that in half the time without a problem. Guys, hopefully this has helped some of you out there who have never set up a pace rig before. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. It is free and it's easy and it only takes 2 seconds. It's a massive help and a big support to this channel. Also, don't forget to drop this video a like, and if you can, please spare a few seconds and leave a comment. Let me know how you set your pace rig up. Maybe I can learn a few things. But guys, hopefully this has been helpful. Tight lines, and I'll see you on the next one.